Hi, this is JK. I'm going to try to give a quick overview of how my new module, JK's CV Canvas, operates. To start with, the most obvious thing in the center, there's 4 lanes within which you can draw your own kind of custom lines and curves, and each one corresponds to one of these rectangular control areas with the blue matches with blue, green with green, etc. Um, anyway, once you have something drawn, we'll just use the red one for now. You hook up the out. Here, I just have it hooked up to a oscilloscope. Um, and then the simplest thing to do is just hit play, and there you go. You have a control signal, and you can even redraw it in real time. And there's a lot of different options here. The first would be rate. You can slow it down or even go backwards. And the rate here is only displayed as a percentage because at full length and at 100% rate, this runs at 1 cycle, or one time through per second. So this is just a percentage of that, and you can get higher rates by inputting your own DC signal into the modulator jack there. But also you can change the range of where it's reading from, which can be fun, of course. You can change the polarity of the line. So this is unipolar, so it's only outputting positive, but we can make it bipolar. So see, now the center line becomes 0 here. So if we did, that would be, I was also running backwards. That's there is, these transport controls, like I said, play. You can stop the line, and it will stay in that position until you restart it, or you can reset the position to start. And each of these has trigger inputs as well. There's an output attenuator here, just for the overall amplification of your output. There's a lag, so you can determine how long it takes to how long it takes to get from one value to the next. Down here, we can clear all the values with that button, and then we have global stop, start, and restart, which affect all of the line readers. That's the basics. If you right-click, you will open up this menu which has a lot of options. First of all, you can copy paste. So if you drew something, copy, paste, there you go. Paste it again. You could also paste between separate instances of this module if you have more than one loaded. Right-click, there's clear too. There's also a couple key shortcuts too. Control clicking does a fine smooth. Shift clicking does a more intense smooth, and then alt clicking clears the line. So that's the same as this clear. Transform allows you to invert the line, reverse the line. It also does the same smoothing operations in here, and there's also an add noise option, which just kind of randomizes each point a little bit. And you can keep doing any of these transforms. Then there's the load menu, which right now doesn't have much, but will eventually have more. It basically loads preset lines. Like there's a ramp up, ramp down. And then there's 4, 8, or 16 triggers, which puts evenly spaced, it zeroes out the line and then puts evenly spaced maximum values across the line, which, as you see, it's hooked up to the sampler here, is intended so you could even use this as kind of like a sequencer in a way. Of course, that's pretty fast and weird. Okay, that doesn't help. Alright, bad example because I'm using weird random sounds, but you get the point. Then finally is there's the generate menu, which does a lot of random generation, like uniform just randomizes every point. Brownian does a random walk. Sparse dust sets everything to 0 and then sets a few random points. Dense dust is the same thing, but just more random points. And then 4, 8, 16, and 32 steps is kind of like a sample and hold thing. Like, it sets 4 random values and holds them for a fourth of the entire length, or 8th, or 16th, or 32nd. And you can get some fun things with that. That's basically it. I'll show you a couple. I don't have any amazing demos created, but I do have a couple little simple things. Get out that one. So this just has the same exact line in each of the 4 spaces, played at different rates and with different looping points, and then it's sent. Each one sent individually through a quantizer just to set it to like this pentatonic scale, and then each is controlling the pitch of a different oscillator. And there's a couple LFOs changing things. These 2 are doing nothing. Okay. But, it's just kind of a cool... Sounds like computers singing together. Oh. I don't know, just for some random ideas. What else do we have? This is a little idea. This is a little example of like using this as some kind of sequencer. Just these are like being used as triggers to trigger these drums. I think the most interesting part is down here with the maracas. It's actually, the sound is different because you're triggering it so quickly right here. Like there's that one trigger versus like a... So you can do interesting things with that. I mean, it will be difficult to use it as like a really, typical sequencer, but for trying more experimental things, I think it would be really fun. A couple other things real quick. We have this. The one thing I forgot to mention is you can turn off the looping, so it's more like a one-shot mode every time. So the play button plays through once, and that's it. And every time you hit the play button, it'll restart. So you could use it for, see here, we have gate hooked up to master play, and each of these is controlling the volume of each one of these oscillators. And I don't have a keyboard hooked up, so here we go. And that was super loud, but... Kind of a basic example, but, again, it's just to show what's possible. There's another thing. It's just controlling... Okay, now I'll talk. It's just controlling a bunch of different parameters, with these weird curves, and I thought it sounded cool because it sounds kind of like talking. So yeah, and then finally, this is another similar demo where these are controlling some pitch modulation and and I'm using a tenuverter and a DC out to play, to have this playing only as long as a key is held down or a gate is received, basically. And then when a gate is released, this sends a trigger to the master stop, basically, so you can hold it down. Something like that. And that's basically it. And I hope this was informative and not too awkward and boring. And I hope you enjoy the module if you use it. And there is a 7-day demo available. It's on sale for almost 4 more weeks on February 6th, I believe it's set to. And I believe that's it for today. So thanks for watching. Take care. Goodbye.